Hey everybody, Insane Mike here. Time for another Prescribed Films video blog. Well, it's been pretty hectic here at Prescribed Films. I actually had the day off today, so I've been busy trying to get caught up on a few things here and there for PF, and obviously busy working on editing Demonica. And I swear to God, I don't know. I don't know where the day goes. When I have a day off, it's gone. Because it's like almost 5 o'clock and it doesn't feel like I've gotten anything done. Spent the first half of the day working on editing Demonica. It's coming along really well. I'm at the hour and 20 mark, so it's getting close. It's getting real close to that rough cut being done. The only problem is right now I've got like about 5 minutes worth of different scenes and shots that it's not flowing right. Like, things are supposed to be far more intense in how they're reading in the film. So I'm going to have to do a lot of tweaking, maybe move some of those scenes around. There's a lot of pertinent information and all that, but it just slows things down where it should be at that point. What I ended up having to do, I had to walk away from it for a while. I can only be moving stuff around so much till it gets to the point where I've got to walk away. Now what I'm doing is it's that time of year where what I do is kind of some Prescribed Films spring cleaning. So right now I'm in the basement where we have a lot of like our old props and merchandise, costuming, old special effects, stuff like that. So I just kind of need to go through and reorganize things, maybe throw some stuff out and deal with that. So let me show you a few of the trinkets we have down here in the Prescribed Films studios. So let's check it out. Alright, over here is the main editing bay for Prescribed Films. As you can see, it's quite a mess. Now you probably have an understanding on why I gotta do some spring cleaning. Kinda, when I get to working, I just kinda throw stuff everywhere. Let's see what we got. We got some different promotional items that we used at different film festivals. Here's some Danny the Decomposing Kid flip books. Here's some Plant Monster and plant seeds. Still got tons of that stuff all over the place. Over here, always got to have a stack of the PF movies on hand. You never know. And you got like the Bagman and Lights, Camera, Kill. But you can go to prescribedfilms.com and order those movies. That would be awesome. What else we got here? We got Micronaut. We got a Micronaut. Anybody remember Micronauts? Those were cool toys of the late 70s, early 80s. It was cool about them because they were, like, parts were interchangeable with different Micronaut characters and stuff. Like, you can remove his hands and stuff. Okay, I guess they're not that cool, but whatever. So that's the editing studio over here. Definitely needs a lot of cleanup. Okay, over here is my workbench, where most men have tools and other gadgets like that. I have makeup, special effects, body parts, that kind of stuff. So this is kind of where I do a lot of my special effects work, is here at this table. Now, throughout the history of Prescribed Films, I've been the one to do most of the special makeup effects. I mean, I've had other people help me out and stuff as well, but it's mostly been me because, one, I love doing special makeup effects, and two, it's always been a challenge to find somebody to be able to do it for no money, for nothing. Now, however, on Demonica, our good buddy Flyboy took over the leadership of the special makeup effects crew, so that was awesome to kind of let that part of the process go, and I could just focus on, directing. But at the same time, I ended up kind of missing it, so I've been kind of itching to do some special effects again. I couldn't completely stay away from doing special makeup effects on Demonica. I've got a prop over here that I did do. Let me get it out. This was a demon gets its head punched off, or I guess one of the actors punches the demon in the face and it goes all the way through their head. So this is the prop that I made for that. And I even made teeth for it and everything. So that was one of the few things I did special effects wise for Demonica. This torso has been used and used and used in various films. You could see there's like a hole drilled here that would have tubing pumped through it. I've obviously used this to make molds. You see a lot of plasticine clay. You know, there's a neck slit mold I've built there. Oh, this was a special effects for somebody else's movie that I did where they needed a drill or a screw drilled into the back of somebody's neck. So this is a close-up shot of a real screw going in the back of the neck, and that's where the hole comes into play, because the blood tubing would go through that hole and it would shoot out around the screw for bloody goodness there. Here's a very rotted zombie face that I made for another short film of somebody else's called Evening of the Living Dead, which unfortunately was never finished, but that's one of the leftover zombie faces from that. Over here is the puppet baby monster I made for It Came From Johnson. It's pretty beat up and old too. Exposed wound effect I also made for Legend Has It. Put it on a t-shirt, and the guy wore this shirt, and we put the other shirt on top of it so that this part was exposed. Made for a real quick application, because you didn't have to apply and put an appliance on the actor. You just wore the shirt super quick. So all that I could do. I prepped ahead of time. This is a rotted arm I made for. It was also made for It Came From Johnson. Actually, I think I just made it for the heck of it, and then we ended up using it in It Came From Johnson because we needed a lot of rotted body parts and stuff. Over in this room is where we have a lot of the merchandise. Like all these totes here are different PF merchandise. We've got copies of old movies in here. There's some more of the promotional items. Got stickers and plant launcher seeds and stuff. There's one whole tote down here somewhere, and it's full of t-shirts. So it's a lot of work going through all this mess. So as you can see, burning the midnight oil, editing Demonica. I talked about earlier about how I was at the 120 minute mark and was having problems, piecing the scenes together in the right order and stuff, kind of having to move things around to make it flow better. And what I'm finding is we've reached a point in the film where we kind of went off script and did some improvising. I don't have any decent notes from that, so I'm basing the editing on memory and kind of what flows better. But there's just certain sequences that don't make any sense. Where right now I have two scenes that are back to back. But when you look at the slate, one scene is scene 83, another scene is scene 89, and I'm kind of lost at the moment. Hence why I've been at it all day on the same spot. So I've got my script out for reference. I took as many notes as I could. Obviously wasn't enough. And what I found is I'm going through my script and I was missing pages. So and as you can see, my script is just in complete disarray. It's falling apart. So I've gone through and I spread out the pages of the sequence that I'm at in the film, and trying to piece it all together. And amongst that, I've realized that I'm missing 2 complete pages of the script exactly where I need to be. Can't find them anywhere. But in the process of that, going through and reading these pages, now I'm at a point now where I think I can get a piece together, but I need one more scene. And according to the script, there is another scene that I haven't found yet. And so now I'm having to go through all the different files and trying to find those scenes, which isn't the easiest task in the world because we're running on Vegas 11 here on this laptop, and this laptop runs extremely slow with Vegas 11. So trying to find those scenes is an hourly chore. But it's coming together well, and I'll probably spend just a little bit more time on it tonight before I pass out. And I have tomorrow off as well, so I'm hoping to get more done tomorrow, and we'll see how it goes. But that's it for this episode of the video blog, and I'll catch you next time.